Obedience and intimacy, uh, how are they actually linked? I question. I often will sometimes just go, I'm being obedient. I'm being obedient, and that becomes a priority versus actually being intimate and having a relationship with Christ. And so, what if our resistance to God is by trying to obey Him? Weird, because oftentimes, we're supposed to be obedient, which we are. Yet, if obedience is coming from the need to be obedient, that's distinctly different than doing it out of relationship with Him because we love Him. And so, one of the most dangerous things in the church today is actually just is in the hearts of those that are trying to just stay obedient. And I know I fall into this at times. I just want to be obedient, but sometimes it's actually out of fear. And it's the question we ask ourselves: could our pursuit for obedience be the way to avoid the real intimacy with Christ? Interesting. And I know that there's a massive collective programming to be obedient, like a fear-based thing, a legalistic view. Must be obedient, must be obedient, and then you'll be approved by Christ. No, 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 no. We're obedient because we love Him. We're obedient because we love Him. And here's the evidence: this people honors me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. So as we get to know Christ, are we obedient because we love Him, or obedient because we're following the rules? Having a form of godliness, but denying its power. So as we know, love cannot be commanded; it can only be invited. It's like I'm very grateful for my wife, and I, I'm faithful to her not because I'm trying to just follow the rules. She flew to ask me, well, why are you faithful to me? Oh, because it's one of the rule sets of being married. Instead of just I love her. Well, it's like not even a question. So here's the logic: we ascend through law, not through love. That's actually the agenda that is Lucifer's agenda. Just follow the laws, not through love. And he actually promoted a better way to be godly without surrendering. So when we're in true relationship with Christ, it's about surrender. It's about relationship. Are we climbing toward God through behavior or walking with Him in trust? I know that part of me when I went to a school, a Christian school for a while, it was about following the rules, and I don't want to get punished. So I was following the rules because I didn't want to be punished, instead of actually like because like a relationship with my wife, which is basically because I love her. So I'm just love her, so it's easy to be obedient. And our relationship with Christ is a whole different world. It's even more intense. I will ascend that will be like the Most High. The law was our guardian until Christ came. So oftentimes the biggest deception that goes on, is there a lot of deception happening in the world? Absolutely. And so deception often looks like devotion. And Satan doesn't oppose holiness. He actually goes after. He wants people to just be quote holy, but follow the rules, but have no surrender. What an agenda! It's highly clever. He didn't die for rule followers. He died for lovers, people who love him, people in relation. So people can follow all the rules. In fact, even the Pharisees that put him on the cross, they made sure they followed the rules, and he was off by sundown to follow the rules of Sabbath. Interesting. So they were rule followers, but they were the ones that put him on the cross. Is our obedience building a relationship or replacing it? I often find that people that when it's just about the rules, just the rules, and that's the only thing that matters, they will actually criticize quite a few people for not following the rules and not be Christ-like at all, and that becomes more important than actually having a heart and surrendering to Christ. Many will say, "Lord, Lord, Lord, we did we not?" And I will declare, "I never knew you." That's a paraphrased version. If anyone loves me, he will keep my word, and my Father will love him. So when our obedience is born from fear, it's rooted in self. So How can we relate to Christ out of just surrender and not born out of fear, out of love? You know, the devil has the right doctrine. He knows the doctrine. He knows the Bible better than we do. And they literally, we defend the truth while starving for the one who is the truth. So they'll fight, 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 fight. And the question to ask is Jesus a real person to you or just a set of beliefs? And to me, he's a relationship. He's a person. And so we ask to check in with ourselves. Are we in relation with him? Or is it about the rules? What's more important, the relationship or the rules? And the relationship is key. You say I'm rich, but you do not realize you are wretched, poor, blind, and naked. But but I have this against you, that you have abandoned the love you had at first. So we can be totally scriptural down to the T and be totally asleep to our relationship with Christ. And it all is shown in our fruit. It's written in our hearts. There's some people I meet that aren't even Christian, but there's somehow God has written something on their heart. They're just so kind. And is your obedience growing from love or from trying to earn it? And I know sometimes I'm trying to earn it, and that's just a program. When in fact, it's actually just I just love them. And love is a fulfillment of the law itself. And so when we're in harmony and working with design law, a healthy system, it actually creates alignment for the reality. God is a God of reality. And I will sometimes will say, I'm going to be obedient as my insurance plan instead of actually, and that's just about me, instead of actually about love and surrender. So sometimes I just obey because of a fear of punishment when that's just programming. A slave does not remain in a house forever. A son remains forever. Perfect love drives out fear because fear has to do with punishment. And so the stronghold, Satan doesn't mind you look holy as long as you stay distant from Christ. So remember, it's we can have everything correct, but yet what matters is Satan's trying to drive a wedge between us and our relationship with Christ. And so religion, is it more important to be in relationship with Christ or the religion itself? You can clean the outside of the cup, but inside you are full of greed and self-indulgence. And I find that the greatest spiritual blind spot is masking self-control for surrender. So as we move through and we remember, it's about our relationship with Christ and not actually about obedience. And through our relationship with Christ, obedience happens naturally. It's not effort, it's just obedience. It's because he's a God of reality. So therefore, of course, he has our best interest. And so we have to let Christ cover us. Or are we actually covering ourselves? Or are we trying to cover ourselves? And in this moment, you ask, where are you? Where are you? Of course, God knew where Adam and Eve were. Of course. So Christ is coming for the bride, not bureaucracy. What does that actually mean? What that actually means is heaven isn't filled with correct people that follow the rules. It's filled with connected people. And that's why I'm so grateful for the church, because the body of the church is actually about people connecting, meeting each other. And that's why it's so important. I know that many of us on this are listening on Zoom. Spend time in person with some of your brothers and sisters as you can. And we love him. We don't just work for him. We love him. And because we love him, it's easy to work with him, work alongside him, work for him, to be of service and become friends. Let us rejoice and be glad and give him glory, for the wedding of the Lamb has come. Christ is not returning for employees, he's returning for the bride. So we have to let him in. Oh, actually, we don't have to, but it's an invitation. It's not forced, it's chosen. The door is still closed on many hearts. And maybe there's parts of our hearts, a couple doorways and doors that are still closed, and it's an invitation to invite him in even more. There's a difference between getting saved and the sanctification process, and we're in the sanctification process. And so, have we opened the door to Jesus or just rearranged the furniture for him? Behold, I stand at the door and knock. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. So, what if the next move in the walk with Christ isn't about effort, but about surrender? And what a gift he gives us. What a gift he actually gives us, the opportunity to surrender.